Chapter 17. There was a man named Micah who lived in the hill country of Ephraim. He said to his mother, "When those 1,100 pieces of silver were stolen from you, you cursed the thief. I heard you do that. You know what? The silver is with me. I was the one who stole it. May the Lord bless you, my son." Then he returned to his mother the 1,100 pieces of silver. "My son, to remove the curse from you, I will give this silver as an offering to the Lord. It will be used to make a wooden idol overlaid with silver. Therefore, I now return this silver to you." But the son returned the silver again to his mother. Then she took 200 pieces of silver and gave them to a silversmith. He made a wooden idol and overlaid it with the silver. And the idol was placed in Micah's house. Micah made a shrine. He made other idols and also a priestly garment. He set apart one of his sons to be his priest. At that time, there was no king in Israel, and each one did what was right in his own eyes. A young man was spending some time in the town of Bethlehem in Judah. He was a Levite. This young man left Bethlehem looking for a place to live. Traveling through the hill country of Ephraim, he came to Micah's house. "Where do you come from?" "I am a Levite from Bethlehem, in the region of Judah, and I am looking for a place to live. Stay with me and be my advisor and priest. I will give you 10 pieces of silver a year, clothes and food." Then the young Levite agreed to stay with Micah and became like a son to him. Thus Micah chose him to be his priest, and the young man stayed in his house. I know that now the Lord God will make everything go well for me, for I have a Levite as priest. Chapter 18. At that time, there was no king in Israel, and the tribe of Dan was looking for a land to live in, land that would be only theirs. This was because until that moment they had not received the portion of land that should be theirs, although the other tribes of Israel had already received their portion. Then the people of Dan chose 5 valiant men from all the families of the tribe. They were sent from the cities of Zorah and Eshtaol to spy out and explore the land. They went to the hill country of Ephraim and stayed in the house of Micah. While they were there, they noticed by the way a young Levite spoke that he was not from there, so they came close to him and asked, "What are you doing here? Who brought you here?" "I made an agreement with Micah. He pays me to be his priest." "Then ask God if we will be successful on our journey. Do not worry. The Lord God will be with you on this journey." Then the 5 men left there and went to the city of Laish. Arriving there, they saw that the people of that place lived securely, like the Sidonians. They were peaceful and calm and had no quarrels with anyone. They had everything they needed. They lived far from the Sidonians and were separated from other peoples. When the 5 men returned to Zorah and Eshtaol, their people asked what they had discovered. "Let us attack. We saw the land. It is very good. Do not just stand there. Go quickly and take the land. There you will see that the people suspect nothing. Their land is large and has everything that is needed. God is giving it to you." Then the 600 men of the tribe of Dan left Zorah and Eshtaol, ready for battle. They went up and camped west of the city of Kirjath Jearim, in the region of Judah. That is why that place is called to this day the Camp of Dan. From there they went to the hill country of Ephraim and came near the house of Micah. Those 5 men who had gone to spy out the land around Laish said to their companions, "Do you know that in one of these houses there is a wooden idol overlaid with silver? There are also other idols and a priestly garment. What do you think we should do?" Then they went into the house of Micah, where the young Levite lived, and greeted him. Meanwhile, the 600 soldiers of the tribe of Dan were standing at the gate, ready to fight. The 5 spies went into the house, took the wooden idol overlaid with silver, the other idols, and the priestly garment. The priest had stayed at the gate with the 600 armed soldiers. When the men went into Micah's house and took the sacred objects, the priest asked, "What are you doing?" "Be quiet, do not say anything. Come with us and be our priest and advisor. Would you not rather be priest to a whole tribe instead of being priest to only one family?" The priest was very pleased, took the sacred objects, and went with the spies and the soldiers. They turned back, put in front the children, the livestock and their goods, and departed. They were already far when the neighbors of Micah, who had been called to fight, caught up with the men of the tribe of Dan. These, hearing the shouts of those coming after them, turned around and asked Micah, "What is the matter? Why all these people?" "You still ask me what is the matter? You have taken my gods which I made, and my priest, and have gone away. What do I have left? it is better that you say nothing more, because these men might become angry and end up attacking you. In that case, you and your whole family would die." After saying this, the men of Dan went on their way. Micah saw that they were stronger, so he returned home. The men of the tribe of Dan took the things Micah had made, and also his priest. Then they went and attacked Laish, that city of peaceful and calm people. They killed its inhabitants and burned the city. There was no one to save those people, for Laish was far from Sidon, and they had no contact with other peoples. The city was in the valley near Beth Rehob. The tribe of Dan rebuilt Laish and stayed living there. They gave the city the name of Dan, because that was the name of the founder of the tribe, who was the son of Jacob. And the men of Dan set up the idol to worship it. Jonathan, son of Gershom and grandson of Moses, was priest of the tribe of Dan. He and his descendants were priests of the tribe of Dan, until the people were taken as prisoners out of their land, and the idol made by Micah stayed with them during all the time that the house of God was in Shiloh. Chapters 19 and 20. In those days when Israel had no king, a Levite went to live far away in the hill country of Ephraim. He took a young woman from Bethlehem in Judah to be his concubine. However, she quarreled with him and went back to her father's house in Bethlehem, and she stayed there for 4 months. Then the man decided to go to Bethlehem after her, to try to persuade her to return. He went with his servant and took 2 donkeys, and the woman received him into her father's house. When the woman's father saw the Levite, he received him with joy and insisted that he stay in his house, and he stayed there 3 days. Thus the couple took their meals and spent the nights there. On the 4th day they got up early and prepared to leave. The woman's father said to the Levite, "Have something to eat before you go, and so you will feel better. You can go later." Then the 2 men sat and ate and drank together. Then the woman's father said, "Please stay 1 more night and enjoy yourself." The man got up to leave, but the woman's father insisted greatly that he stay. And so the Levite spent another night there. On the 5th day, early in the morning, he got up to leave. But the woman's father pleaded, "Please eat something, wait until later." And the 2 men ate together. When the man, the woman, and the servant were leaving, the father said, "Look, it is almost night. It is better that you stay here tonight. Soon it will be dark. Stay here and enjoy yourself. But tomorrow, you can get up early and travel back home." But the Levite did not want to spend another night there, and he departed on his journey with his concubine, taking 2 saddled donkeys. It was already nearly night when they came near the city of Gebas, that is, Jerusalem. Then the servant said to his master, "Why don't we stop and spend the night in this city of the Jebusites?" "No, we will not stop in a city where the people are not Israelites. Let us continue to Gibeah. It is better for us to walk a little further and spend the night in Gibeah or Ramah." Then they passed by the city of Jebus and continued their journey. The sun had already set when they arrived at Gibeah, a city of the tribe of Benjamin. Then they left the road to spend the night in the city. The Levite arrived and sat in the square, but no one invited him to stay in their house. And it happened that an old man came by, returning from his work in the field. He was from the hill country of Ephraim, but was living in Gibeah. The people there were from the tribe of Benjamin. The old man saw the traveler in the square and asked, "Where are you from? Where are you going?" "I am traveling from Bethlehem of Judah, too far away, to the hill country of Ephraim, where I live. I went to Bethlehem, and now I am returning home, but no one has offered me lodging for tonight. We have feed and straw for the donkeys, and bread and wine for me, for my concubine, and for my servant. We have everything we need. Come with me. You will be well received in my house, and I will take care of you. Please, do not spend the night in the square." Then he took them to his house and fed the donkeys. His guests washed their feet, ate, and drank. While they were enjoying themselves, some wicked men of that city surrounded the house and began to beat on the door. And they said to the old man, "Bring out the man who is in your house. We want to have relations with him." "No, my friends. Please, do not do such a wicked and immoral thing. This man is my guest. Look, here are my virgin daughter and his concubine. I will bring them out to you, and you can do with them whatever you want. But do not do such a horrible thing to this man." But they would not listen to him. Then the Levite took his concubine, put her outside, and gave her to them. And they forced her and abused her all night long, and they only let her go in the morning. At dawn the woman came and fell at the door of the house where her husband was, and she stayed there until it was daylight. In the morning the husband got up to continue the journey. When he opened the door, he found his concubine lying at the entrance of the house, with her hands on the threshold of the door. "Get up. Let's go." But there was no answer. Then he put her body over the donkey and went on the journey home. When he arrived there, he went in, took a knife, and cut the body of the concubine into 12 pieces. Then he sent one piece to each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Everyone who saw this said, "Never have we seen such a thing. There has never been anything like this since the time the Israelites came out of Egypt. Think about it. What shall we do now?" Because of this, all the people of Israel, from Dan in the north to Beersheba in the south and Gilead in the east, gathered in Mizpah. They gathered in the presence of the Lord God, as if they were one person. The chiefs of all the tribes of Israel were present at this assembly of the people of God. There were 400,000 foot soldiers trained for war, and the people of Benjamin knew that all the other Israelites had gone up to Mizpah, and that they wanted to know how that crime had been committed. Then the Levite, husband of the murdered woman, explained, "I came with my concubine to Gibeah, in the territory of the tribe of Benjamin, to spend the night. The men of Gibeah came at night and surrounded the house. They wanted to kill me. Instead, they abused my concubine, and she died. Then I took her body, cut it in pieces, and sent one piece to each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Those people committed a horrible crime among our people. All of you who are here are Israelites. Let us decide now what to do." All the people of Israel rose together and said, "None of us, neither those who live in houses, nor those who live in tents, will return home. Let us choose some men to attack Gibeah. 1/10 of the men of Israel will provide food for those who will fight. The others will punish the inhabitants of Gibeah for the horrible crime they committed in Israel." Then all the people of Israel gathered, as if they were one person, to attack the city of Gibeah. The Israelite tribes sent messengers throughout the tribe of Benjamin and said, "What horrible crime have you committed? We demand that you hand over now these wicked men so that we may kill them. We will remove this evil from among the people of Israel." But the people of Benjamin paid no attention to the other Israelites. They came out from all their cities and went to Gibeah to fight against the rest of the people of Israel. That day they summoned from their cities 26,000 soldiers. Then the inhabitants of Gibeah gathered 700 more men who were left-handed. Each one of them could sling a stone at a hare and never miss. And the other Israelites who were to fight against the tribe of Benjamin gathered 400,000 trained soldiers. The Israelites went to the place of worship in Bethel. And there they asked God, "Which of our tribes will attack the tribe of Benjamin first?" And the Lord replied, "The tribe of Judah." The next morning, the Israelites went up and camped near the city of Gibeah. They went out to fight against the tribe of Benjamin and put the soldiers in position for battle facing the city. Then the army of Benjamin came out of the city. Before the day ended, they killed 22,000 Israelite soldiers. Then the people of Israel went to the place of worship, and in the presence of the Lord wept until evening. And they asked the Lord, "Should we go again to fight against our brothers, the tribe of Benjamin?" Yes. Then the Israelite army gathered courage again, and they put their soldiers in position for battle again, in the same place they had fought the day before. The Israelites marched against the tribe of Benjamin for the second time. And for the second time the soldiers of Benjamin came out of Gibeah, and this time they killed 18,000 trained Israelite soldiers. Then all the people of Israel went up again to Bethel to weep. They stayed there in the presence of the Lord God, and did not eat anything until evening. And they presented to the Lord burnt offerings and peace offerings. They asked a question to the Lord. It happened that in those days the Ark of the Covenant was there in Bethel, and Phinehas, son of Eleazar and grandson of Aaron, was in charge of taking care of it. The question they asked was this: "Should we go out once more to fight our brothers, the tribe of Benjamin, or should we give up?" The Lord replied, "Fight, because tomorrow I will give you victory over them." Then the Israelites placed some soldiers in ambush around Gibeah. On the third day they marched again against the army of the tribe of Benjamin. Their soldiers took their battle positions facing Gibeah as they had done before. The soldiers of Benjamin came out to fight and moved away from the city. As they had done before, they began to kill some people on the road to Bethel, on the road to Gibeah, and in open field. They killed about 30 Israelites. And they said, "We have already defeated them as before." But the Israelites said, "Let us retreat and make them move away from the city and come to the roads." Then most of the Israelite army left that place and went to regroup at Baal-Tamar. But the men who were surrounding the city suddenly came out from where they were hiding in the plain of Gibeah. 10,000 of the best Israelite soldiers attacked Gibeah, and the battle was fierce. The Benjamites did not realize they were about to be destroyed. The Lord God made the Israelites defeat the army of Benjamin. And that day the Israelites killed 25,100 of their enemies. Then the Benjamites realized they were defeated. The Israelites had withdrawn during the fight against the Benjamites, because they trusted in the men they had placed in ambush around Gibeah. These men quickly advanced toward Gibeah, spread out, and killed all the people in the city. The Israelite army and the men who were in hiding had agreed on a signal. When they saw a great cloud of smoke rising from the city, the Israelites who were outside in the battlefield were to turn around and attack. Until that moment, the Benjamites had killed about 30 Israelites and said, "Yes, we have defeated them as before." Then the signal appeared. A cloud of smoke began to rise from the city. The Benjamites looked back and were very surprised when they saw the whole city on fire. Then the men of Israel turned around, and the Benjamites were terrified because they saw they were about to be destroyed. They fled and ran toward the desert but could not escape. They were surrounded by most of the Israelite army and also by the soldiers coming from the city and were destroyed. The Israelites surrounded the enemies and pursued them without stopping to a place east of Gibeah, killing them along the way. 18,000 of the best Benjamite soldiers were killed. The others fled toward the desert to the rock of Rimmon. 5,000 were killed on the roads. The Israelites pursued the rest and thus killed 2,000 more men. In all, 25,000 Benjamites were killed that day, all of them valiant soldiers. However, 600 men fled to the desert to the rock of Rimmon and stayed there for months. The Israelites attacked the rest of the Benjamites and killed them, both men and animals, and destroyed everything they found, and burned all the cities of the region. Chapter 21. The people of Israel had made this vow to God at Mizpah. "None of us will allow a man of the tribe of Benjamin to marry one of our daughters." The people went to Bethel and stayed there in the presence of God until late. They wept bitterly in a loud voice. "O Lord God of Israel, why did this happen? Why is one of our tribes missing?" The people rose early the next morning and built an altar there. They presented burnt offerings and peace offerings. And they asked, "Of all the tribes of Israel, who was it that did not go up to that meeting in the presence of the Lord God at Mizpah?" They had made a very serious vow. Whoever failed to attend the meeting at Mizpah would be put to death. The people of Israel felt great pity for their brothers of the tribe of Benjamin and said, "Today Israel has lost one of its tribes. What shall we do to find wives for those who are left? For we swore to the Lord that we would not give them any of our daughters." Then they asked, "Of all the tribes of Israel, who did not come before the Lord at Mizpah?" And they found out that from Jabesh in Gilead, no one had taken part in the meeting. When they made the roll call of the people, no one from Jabesh in Gilead was there, and all agreed to send their 12,000 of the bravest men with these orders: "Go and kill the inhabitants of Jabesh in Gilead, both men, women, and children. Do this. Kill all the men and all the women who are not virgins." And they found 400 virgins in Jabesh in Gilead and brought them to the camp at Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. Then all agreed to send messengers to the Benjamites at the rock of Rimmon to make them an offer of peace. Then the Benjamites returned and received those 400 young women from Jabesh in Gilead. But there were not enough women for all of them. Then the people felt pity for the Benjamites, for by the will of the Lord one of the tribes of Israel was missing. Then the leaders of the people of Israel said, "There are no more women in the tribe of Benjamin. What shall we do to find wives for those who are left? The people of Israel must not lose one of its 12 tribes. We must find a way for the tribe of Benjamin not to be destroyed, but we cannot allow them to marry our daughters." They said this because the people of Israel had cursed anyone who allowed a Benjamite to marry his daughter. Then they said, "The annual festival of the Lord in the city of Shiloh is near." Shiloh is north of Bethel, south of Labbanah, and east of the road that goes from Bethel to Shechem. And the leaders of the people of Israel said to the Benjamites, "Go hide in the vineyards and stay watching. During the festival, when the girls of Shiloh come out dancing, you also come out of the vineyards. And each of you seize one of the girls and take her away to the land of Benjamin, And when their fathers or brothers come to complain, we can say, "Please, let them keep them. For in the battle against Jabesh, in Gilead, we could not get women for all the Benjamites. And you will not be guilty of breaking the promise, for you did not give your daughters to them. They were taken." And so the Benjamites did. Each of them chose a wife from among the girls who were dancing and took her away. Then they returned to their land, rebuilt their cities, and lived there. Meanwhile, the other Benjamites went out, and each returned to his tribe, his family, and his land. In those days there was no king in Israel, and each one did what was right in his own eyes.